What up, y'all? Happy Thursday. It's your girl, UC Kayla, back for another episode review. Y'all, today is going to be a little bit untraditional because I promise you, this is my second attempt at this episode review because there was literally so much to unpack. So instead of doing a scene by scene breakdown like the first 32-minute video that I recorded, I'm literally just going to hit the big points. I can mention every scene, but y'all, I'm going to hit it and quit it. And my hot topic video Monday is going to be lit. I decided to just give y'all something to look forward to because there is no way that I can tell you guys in a concise amount of time everything that I want to say about this episode, y'all. So you're going to see me with my notes in my hand because I promise you I was ready to record this at work, but I was just like, Kayla, 32 minutes. No. So anyways, thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed to UC Kayla TV, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, y'all, because everybody knows on this channel, it don't stop when Sistas takes a break. I continue to come to you. I try to give you exclusive news. We have hot topics still. We talk about things and we anticipate the new season all together. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much, guys. I finally hit 500 subscribers. I'm so excited. I thank you guys so much, more than you'll ever know. But if you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Make sure y'all get in those comments. I love you guys when y'all comment. The comment section be lit. Everybody's respectful, sharing their opinions, and share this video if you like the content, because I only want to do it if you want it, guys. So let's get into it. Like I said, not a traditional scene by scene breakdown. I'm going to hit the big stuff. It was a lot of Zatima in this episode. So if you're not a Zatima fan, I'm so sorry. But that was a lot of the episode. And then we're going to move on. And you see me looking down. I'm looking at my notes instead of over to the computer. So season 4, episode 21 was entitled The Last Word. And the synopsis was that Sabrina gets entangled in a situation that could have serious consequences for her. However, we know at this point that was not even a big portion of the episode. So we're going to start out at the Zatima residence, or at Zach's house, with Zach and Fatima and Miss Karen. We pick up where we left off. Y'all, I'm going to try to make this concise and make this more opinion than what actually happened. You're just going to have to get a good watch again if you missed some things. So basically, Fatima comes down from the balcony, lets Miss Karen know that we're not doing the pop-ups at the house, lets her know she did hear the delusional conversation that she was having with Zach about how Fatima is just a phase, and you know that Zach's not serious about her. She let her know that she's not going anywhere. Zach let Karen know that Fatima is number 1 of 1. She's not a number. She's not a phase. She's not going anywhere. Karen made a fool out of herself. Karen continued to try to bully Zach and Fatima at this point, but Fatima was not going for it. She did not give the super understanding Fatima that we had saw. Before Karen could leave, after Zach and Fatima repeatedly asked her to leave, Heather walks up, which is the alleged baby mama, with the boy on her arm. Karen, and she's like literally having a whole conversation with Karen, who's not even supposed to be there. But anyway, Karen talks to her, gets the answers that she feels like she needs, and then storms off and tells Fatima she could have Zach, even though she already has him. But yeah, and then Karen leaves acting like she's just so above baby mama drama, even though she came to his house on some baby mama drama. But anyway, and then Zach and Fatima and Heather get an understanding. Heather was a stripper. She claims she and Zach were drunk. Zach was in there wilding out because he was mad at Karen. He doesn't remember the encounter or even recollect who she was, but she's adamant that he is her child's father. Sorry guys, like somebody literally came in and rang my doorbell, but here we go. Anyway, she was adamant that Zach was her child's father. So Zach was like, we need to get a DNA test, and Fatima had already stormed into the house at this point. Heather claims she hired a private investigator to find Zach. So this scene was very stressful for many levels, but it's just the fact that Karen is so willing to not be wrong that she will literally just ride something out to the end, and then have the nerve on top of that to be mad at the other person that they're not buying it. It was past delusional. This is like some sort of narcissistic personality disorder that Karen has, and her and Andy trying to later blame it on the pregnancy later in the episode. BS. I'm calling BS because Karen has always been like this. It just has not been to this extreme, and especially over Zach. I'm glad that Fatima, came down there, read Karen her rights. It was very satisfying. It could have been a little bit more spicy, but it was satisfying. It wasn't Tyler Perry having it seem like Fatima was going to say something, but then she came down there and was like, look, I understand. No, we didn't get that. So kudos to Tyler Perry for that. I do wish that Zach and Fatima would have insisted that Karen actually left, even though Heather walked up, but that would have been too much like right. So we'll take what we can get. At least Fatima stood up to her. I'm glad that Zach defended her in Karen's face. Like, you know, that was crazy. Karen made a stone cold fool out of herself, and we saw later in the episode that she did actually realize that, but I guess she felt like she was in too deep, so she just had to stick with it. But for me, the thing that got me the most in this scene, guys, and I'm telling you, I'm skipping around because we're going to have to do another video. I can't get this all into this video without making it take forever. But to me, it was the fact that she was trying to stomp off being all high and mighty once Heather came up. Like she wasn't just out there crying and begging for Zach to take her back. And when I tell y'all, and I tweeted this, if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me at thatgirlKaylaD. I will accept you. I just do that to keep the trolls away, but I will accept you if you add me. But anyway, I tweeted that. I was like, I literally screamed when Fatima was like, and yet you were out here trying to get him back. Like, trying to make it seem like you're just so above this. You're too good for Zach's baby mama drama. You are part of Zach's baby mama drama. Like, girl, Karen has truly lost it, and I said this before, this is jealousy and this is about control. Karen don't love Zach that bad because at the first sign of trouble, like she always does, she out. Zach, figure it out yourself. I don't love you that bad. I really just wanted some, but I'll go call Aaron because I don't want to deal with everything else that comes attached to your lower region, basically. And I hate to be like that and be graphic, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that's the difference. And for the Karen fans that were saying, what's the difference between Karen and Fatima? The difference is Fatima will be pissed off at Zach, but she does not leave him hanging. She will still be there in the situation with him, even if she's giving him the silent treatment. And she will even try to help him with whatever's in her power to help him with. Karen, on the other hand, if she's mad, she's leaving. She's going to disrespect you in the process. You ain't no good. You ain't never been nothing. You won't never be nothing. Anyway, let's move on to this Heather chick. Now, I don't believe this girl is genuine. I don't believe this is Zach's baby. It's giving set up. And I did tweet this as well, y'all. Zach and Karen were together for 3 years. That Lord knows, we don't know. 3 years, we got it. Both of them have said it enough. 3 years. How does Zach and Heather have a 3-year-old? That's a result of Zach cheating on Karen. They were together for 3 years. All 4 of these seasons of Sistas that we've been watching, it haven't been more than 2 months. So let's give a timeline. Let's be generous. Let's give a timeline of 3 years and 6 months from Zach and Karen's relationship to through where we are in the present. Let's be generous. A woman is pregnant for 9 months. Even if she had a preemie, she ain't had no 6-month-old baby. Yes, in very rare circumstances that can happen. But y'all, that's not what this is. And even if we gave that generosity to Tyler Perry, this girl would have had to got pregnant the day Karen met Zach. That is not Zach's baby. You have to be pregnant for 9 months before you had a baby, y'all. Not after you have the baby. Tyler Perry, make it make sense. That means she was pregnant almost 4 years ago if her son is 3. Zach and Karen were together for 3 years and have not been broken up but like 2 months. So how is that Zach's baby as a result of cheating on Karen? And Zach was in jail before he got with Karen. He continues to say that. So on a conjugal visit, he got you pregnant. Tyler Perry, please stop playing in our faces. And for those of y'all who want to use the back child support thing as a way to support that could possibly be Zach's baby and Tyler Perry's twisted mind, child support and a woman claiming a man is the father of her child does not make it true. He has not established any DNA or done an acknowledgement of paternity. So because the boy is 3 years old, that's why Zach owed 3 years of back child support. If the mother files and y'all are unmarried and she claims you've never done anything for the child, and I'm not telling y'all what I think, I'm telling y'all what I know, then it's retroactive for however old the child is. So if the little boy would have been 10, Zach would have owed 10 years of back child support. That does not mean that that's Zach's baby, y'all. And I hate to make this part be so long, but we got to get into it. So I don't think this girl is genuine. The timeline doesn't make sense. The legality doesn't make sense. Zach does not recollect this girl at all. Even if he was drunk, even if her face have changed, has her body changed, that don't add up. You came up being messy because you could obviously tell it was tense out there. You can walk into a room and tell when the tension is thick and you can cut it with a knife. You came out there trying to be messy. You knew it was a bad time. You kept saying, oh, this is a bad time. Then why didn't you leave? Then she got out there being further messy because she came out there entertaining Karen. If you really feel like this is your child with Zach, you and Zach should have been having that little mini conversation y'all had at the end of the scene, which is, I hired a PI to find you. I couldn't find you. Let's take a DNA test. And if anything, you should have been acknowledging Fatima, because obviously Fatima is his woman now. It don't matter what he was doing 3 years ago. So if she's the one that's living with this man in this house that you just walked up on, that's who you need to be trying to get to know. You shouldn't be worried about Karen. So yeah, it's messy. It's not giving. Maybe Tyler Perry is going to try to redeem Karen's character by making this girl the new messy, pathetic, desperate girl after Zach instead of Karen. But it's not giving. All right, in scene number 2, we didn't have that much going on. It was just Sabrina and Bio giving a lame apology about going on and on to the break it down about Danny. Danny comes into Sabrina's apartment after Bio leaves and tries to kind of fill Sabrina in on what Logan said, but Sabrina basically chopped it up to foolishness. Danny doesn't know that Danny doesn't know the ins and outs of Maurice and Q, and that Q is actually staying with Maurice, because Danny is smart. I feel like she would have put 2 and 2 together if she knew that, like how this could have something to do with Sabrina, or why Sabrina would be in any type of legal trouble, because she knows and Sabrina knows that Sabrina hasn't done anything. But Danny doesn't know that. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because the storyline is stupid. And I feel like Tyler Perry is doing all this for us to eventually have to see Q go back to jail, because we know Maurice and Sabrina didn't do anything. So you mean to tell me that little sarcastic recording that Q has? I'm like, come on, Tyler Perry. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Y'all can light up the comments about it. I don't care. All right, let's move on to Andy and Karen and Andy's penthouse. And I'm going to try to move through y'all because we got like 2 or 3 Andy and Karen scenes tonight. Karen comes in hysterically crying to Andy. Andy immediately knew, oh Lord, she done took her crazy behind over to Zach's house, and they was on the phone when she went over there. Karen acknowledges that she made a fool out of herself. She hasn't moved on. She knows Zach has moved on. She's upset Zach won't answer her call. She's upset he's built a house with Fatima. She's upset. It's all about her. It has nothing to do with Zach or anybody else, or what's fair, what's right, or what's wrong, or what she did, or whatever. It's all about her. And then she notices Andy's stuff pack. Andy tells her, I'm done with Gary for real. You know, I'm moving back into my old apartment. As much as I would love to see this scene was touching, and let me say, Ebony acted her behind off. I'm going to give her flowers. It's not about the acting, because the acting was there. I was just unmoved because the sympathy that I would normally have for a person hysterically crying and pouring their heart out and giving the real rationale for why they're doing something, I didn't have it for Karen, because we've seen this like several times at this point, and it's just like, you put yourself in that situation to be hurt. You weren't invited over there. You didn't have to get into it with Fatima. You didn't even have to know about Heather and this baby, because that could possibly take a DNA test, and this ain't his baby. So like, Karen puts herself in the way of drama and then cries about the drama and is frustrated and stressed about drama that she brought into her own life. Karen is very toxic in that way. And as much as I love Andy, I think she did a great job at consoling her friend. However, she conveniently forgot to tell Andy, oops, I already knew about this. And for everybody that's going to say, oh, that's not Andy's place, Andy made it her place to tell all of Zach and Fatima other business when Karen popped up to the job. So it's just like, be consistent. And I'm not saying Andy has to be the middleman. I'm just saying Andy is kind of making herself the middleman. If you want to completely stay out of their business, this is what you're going to have to do, Andy. You're going to have to stop talking about Zach with Karen and stop talking about Zach with Fatima. But Andy is trying to play both sides. And I love Andy. I love KJ. But Tyler Perry is making her character a little messy. That's just my opinion. And then lastly, with Karen telling Andy, ending the scene talking about she can stay with her, but she don't like her right now, but she needs her there. Karen is a top tier user. She did the same thing as Zach. She does the same thing as Zach. Karen didn't go over to Zach's house to tell Zach about that baby. Karen went over to Zach's house to try to manipulate him and get him back so she could lay down with that man, knowing that he's involved with Fatima, get her fixed, and then she'll find something else wrong with him and be back with Aaron until she needs another fix. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I will get back to Andy and Karen's dysfunctional friendship in an upcoming scene. All right, scene number 4, we were with Fatima and Zach at Zach's apartment. And if you see me now, I'm still looking at my notes. He comes over the morning after Fatima went home, baby. She wasn't here for it, and I'm so glad she didn't sell her place. Comes over the morning after all the baby mama drama, and you could tell Fatima is still upset because she's throwing her little side-eye shade or whatever, and she made some unnecessary comments that she probably should apologize for. But her question to Zach is if he's really changed. Zach is frustrated because everything that's going wrong in his life. He's frustrated because all these women are coming at him with this drama. He's frustrated because his woman is no longer believing in him. But on the other hand, Fatima is frustrated because she's put a lot on the line for Zach. She's let her guard down for Zach. Zach is allowing too much foolishness to happen at a place that he begged her to move into and be her peaceful space. And she doesn't want all the drama. She's tired of it. But she does let him know, I'm riding with you. I'm mad at you because you're allowing all this to happen. Zach kind of starts to tell Fatima about Tony, but he had like the cat got his tongue and he never got the words out. And Fatima was like, I got to go to work. She left still angry and upset with him because she wouldn't give him a hug or a kiss. I totally understand Fatima's frustration. But like I said, she's probably going to need to apologize for some of those unnecessary comments. And Zach is probably going to need to apologize for going off on Fatima the way that he did. Because at the end of the day, Zach, you are reaping the harvest that you've sown. And Fatima is the woman in your life now. You should have had that vicious energy, that short temper with Karen and with Heather. And yes, he kind of did get there with Karen. But I'm just saying, he immediately went left with Fatima because the ones that are closest to us are the ones that tend to get the brunt of whatever is going on with us. But he ain't right for that. They both owe each other an apology. And we know Fatima has a spinoff coming out, so I'm not going to get worked up over this. I'm not going to let Tyler Perry get my blood pressure up like he did at the end of season 3. He won't get me this time. All right, y'all, let's move on. We got Andy and Karen again. So here we go. Karen apologizes for last night, and Andy was like, you don't have to apologize. But no, she needed to apologize to you. But she maintains that Andy is still only there because she needs the company. Kind of friend she is. Andy asked Karen, does she feel like her hormones are contributing to all these antics? And Karen was like, it must be. They start to talk about Gary, and Karen was like, keep the penthouse because he owes you that much, just like Zach owes me. And Andy was like, skirt, Gary might owe me this penthouse, but Zach paid you your money back and he was truthful with you. And then Karen starts to stop her in her tracks because she don't like to hear the truth and she doesn't like to acknowledge when she's wrong. They make a little pact to tell each other that they'll keep each other up to date on what's going on in their lives, and Andy leaves to go to work basically. Far as my opinion, I guess this scene was cute, but I was so annoyed with Karen by this point that I really didn't get this scene that much energy. Like, I like to see the sisterhood and the support, but it's tainted, like I said, by Andy not telling Karen the truth that she already knew about that kid because of Fatima. Karen acting like, not you my girl, you need me right now, and even though I'm mad at you, I love you and I'm here for you, is I need you so you can be here. You know, I didn't get everything that the powerful sisterhood moment that scene could have gotten, because Tyler Perry has these women being so dysfunctional in both their friendships and their relationships. All right, scene number 6, we're with Danny and Sabrina at Danny's apartment. Sabrina busts in on Danny like she always does to talk about Logan's eerie advice. Danny starts to realize Sabrina's really getting worried. However, Danny's not super worried because she believes Sabrina didn't do anything, and she says she'll try to get more information from Logan as she can. Basically, like I said before though, this storyline, it's about to take a stupid twisted turn, and I guess that's why I don't care that much. Like, that Q shouldn't even still be on this show to even be getting a taping of Maurice confessing. He shouldn't have been in that house. He shouldn't have been able to use Maurice's address for house arrest. Like, it's so many things that are so unrealistic about this storyline. Like, I just can't give it too much. We'll see what happens in season 5. I feel bad that Sabrina has to go down for this mess with Maurice, and I do feel bad for Maurice. I don't think he deserves to go to jail over bad judgment. Scene number 7, we're with Fatima, Hayden, and Andy in Fatima's office. Hayden comes in being an idiot, stirring up mess like he always does with Fatima, being annoying, asking her, does she want to apologize to him? Fatima does not play nice, baby. Fatima reads him for filth, and he brings up the fact that he found that video footage of Zach and Tony, and that he's going to make sure Zach goes away to jail. As Fatima is reading him for filth again, Andy comes in and it's like, hey, is everything okay? And Hayden scurries off like the roach that he is. Andy and Karen talk a little bit, and she's like, hey, are you all right? Do you want to talk about last night? Karen told me what happened. Fatima's like, I don't know if I want to talk right now. And then Fatima makes the joke about Andy basically having a bra on underneath her blazer. So, my opinion, I feel like Fatima had me cracking up in the scene the way she was talking to Hayden. Andy was shot out for having that doggone bra on underneath that blazer, and you're supposed to be a professional at work. I don't care if you're an attorney, what you are, unless you work in the club like Heather. That's not appropriate for work, my dear. Fatima was right about that. And also Andy was right, though. Don't tell Zach about this, because that's going to get him worked up. Zach has enough on his plate, but we know how Fatima is. She's not going to go run and tell Zach every little thing. She's going to try to handle it herself if she could. And again, Andy is looking a little messy, because you got to pick a side. If you don't have loyalty to anyone, I just don't know which way Andy is coming from. And she picks and chooses what she wants to share with them, what she wants to hold with them, with Karen and with Fatima. So there you go. Scene number 8, we're with Karen, Pam, and Heather at Karen's salon. Karen comes into work to find Heather in her lobby. Basically, Heather came there pretending like she came to apologize, but she really came to be messy. And I think she wanted Karen to be an ally to get at Zach at first, but then she realized Karen doesn't like her, and then they have their little exchange. Karen basically tells her to leave. Heather calls her the B word. She leaves. Pam tries to come to Karen's defense as Heather's going out the door. And then Pam and Karen have their little exchange about how much Karen hates how nosy Pam is. And Pam clowns the salon and Karen's hair mastery skills. Like I said before, Heather's pathetic and is giving desperate. And I don't know if this is Tyler Perry's way of redeeming Karen's character or not, but we'll see. Also, she's way too invested in trying to get, Heather is way too invested in trying to get on Karen's good side, or getting her business, or being her lifer. That's why I said I don't really think this is Zach's baby, because she's coming in messy. I think that maybe Hayden or Zach's brother is going to be in Fatima, or Zatima, or someone that has it out for Zach is going to pay this girl off to come in and try to shake Zach's world up. And judging by the looks of those crochets, she could use a makeover. And Pam was definitely right, because Karen ain't mastered Nan hairstyle to be talking about her hair mastery, boo-boo. That is false advertising. All right, scene 9 and 10. 9 was Maurice's apartment with Maurice and Q. Basically, it's the same old, same old. Maurice comes out and assaults Q. He's going to work. Q cooks. Q's trying to be nice. Maurice not feeling it. Maurice knows he's a snake. Maurice knows he's no good. Maurice leaves. Q pulls out the phone this time, though, and calls Logan and says, I have Maurice on tape. And they discussed the deal. Basically, I was right. Q made a deal with the DA to get out of jail if he could bring down Maurice and Sabrina, because he made up a lie that they made him rob that bank and they're working with him. Q's a snake. Why is he on the show? If I was Brian Jordan Jr., who plays Maurice, or Novi that plays Sabrina, I would literally be saving my coins to leave the show. Because it's disrespectful. Like, they don't have a real plot line like everybody else. And, like, why are they getting the short end of the stick? Because this is stupid. And then they already weren't getting as many scenes as everybody else. And then it's just like this, I don't know. But they're probably happy with it. They all find reasons to defend Tyler Perry and why they love their characters. So good for y'all. All right, scene number 10 was very short. Tony and Zach at Tony's hotel room. That's the senator's wife. He comes by to meet her as she requested. Tony tells Zach that she got a call from a lawyer, which we know is Hayden, asking a lot of questions about Zach and the stock and his newfound wealth. Zach asks Tony if she wants any money, and she says no, it's not about money. She basically just wants to sleep with him, and then she'll keep quiet. Otherwise, she has that hanging over Zach's head. And it's just like, girl, what are you doing? Like, we thought you were just going to straight up blackmail Zach, or we thought you were going to try to help him. We didn't expect this old lady to be trying to get some from Zach. Like, why everybody wants Zach? Like, I know the words in the streets is heavy about Zach because he been out there. But doggone, can Zach catch a break? And then we see later in the promo, right after this, that Jake is going to be at Zach's house, and Zach is going to be telling Jake what she said to do. So he never did it. So I'm pretty sure they'll think of something to get Zach out of this. Without him having to sleep with Tony. I don't think he's going to do it. All right, preview. This is just the preview for the end of the episode. This is not the preview for the extended trailer, but it is up on Twitter. I don't know if BT has officially released it, but next week is going to be season 4, episode 22, the season finale entitled Make Him Great. And the synopsis is that Danny attempts to get answers from Logan regarding his suspicious behavior. We start with Sabrina and Bayo. Bayo's asking Sabrina for forgiveness and when will he see her again. We have Danny and Logan. Danny tells Logan that whatever he's thinking, Sabrina is not that girl. Logan asks Danny if he told Sabrina what he said. If she told Sabrina what he said. Then we have Fatima and Gary at the law firm. Fatima asks Gary what he's doing there, and he says he's there to see his lawyer. Fatima assumes he's talking about Andy, and Gary's like, that B word is not my lawyer. I know you're lying, Gary. Then we have Danny and Preston at the airport. Preston is telling Danny that he's willing to change any and everything to be with her, and she's shaking her head. I can't exactly tell if that was like emotions taking the best of her or if Danny's about to do one of her sarcastic lines. So we'll see next week. We have Jake at Zach's house talking to Zach. I'm asking Zach, does he actually think that Tony will stay quiet if he sleeps with her? And Fatima walks in like if she sleep with him, and Jake almost pees his pants. And then lastly, we have Gary and Hayden in Hayden's office, and Gary's like, I made a mistake. If you buy something for someone, can you get it back? So we know he's talking about that penthouse and maybe those other things that he bought Andy. So yeah, y'all, I don't even have time to give my opinions on all those things. I'm sorry this is so long. It was so much to unpack. I'm sorry somebody came to the door while I'm trying to do my review. Today has been hectic, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys. I really appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Monday with my hot topic. I may even have to do another video if I have time. I don't know, because this is crazy, and y'all already know it gets crazy around season finale time. Thank you so much, guys. Love you guys. Have a great week. See you on Monday.